Hello and welcome to another episode of the New Day Show. I am your host, Dynamic Daphne. Again, I want to show my gratitude and appreciation to each and every one of you who have turned the dial regardless of which channel you are listening to. You might be in Bridgeport, Cromwell, Newtown, or Danbury. I appreciate each and every one of you. And if you have some family and friends in other towns, we would love them to be blessed by getting this episode. So why don't you reach out to them and ask them to sponsor the show in their area? So just call us and let us know if you have some takers for us. For this episode, we will be speaking about happiness is a choice. Too often, we hear words like, I can't be happy. I'll be happy when I marry the rich husband or the rich wife. I'll be happy when I get the exquisite car. I'll be happy when I move to the other side of town. I'll be happy when I'm slimmer. I'll be happy when, I'll be happy when. Now, all of those reasons are excuses because happiness is simple. Happiness is a choice. All we must do is choose to be happy. And you will find out that once you make a choice to be happy, everything else begins to fall into place. You cannot connect your happiness to other things. You can't attach them to material things. Because once you wake up every day, that's a reason to be happy. There are many people who go to bed and never see the rising sun the next day. So, what reason do we have not to be happy each day? Only if we choose not to be happy. There are many people who each and every day they find reasons why they cannot be happy. And if you would take the time to listen to their complaints and listen to what they're saying, their lives are so well cushioned. They have everything. And you're looking at them and you're saying, oh my God, if I would take the time to compare my life with them, oh, it's nowhere like them. And it's a good thing you choose not to compare your life because you would look and said, I don't have the material things in life. You know, you probably don't have a car. You probably have to walk, or you take public transportation, or you probably don't have the next dollar to pay your bill. But every day you wake up and you are happy. You are happy. And you look around and you see people who have all the finer things in life. They have it well made, as people always say. You have it well made. You don't have anything to worry about. And those people who society would categorize as having it well made, they are the ones who are always complaining. Happiness is a choice. You can wake up every day, you're probably living on the bridge or on the cardboard box, yet you're experiencing happiness because you choose to happy. Every day you realize you can hear the train going by, you hear the bus, you hear the water running. And although you're not in a house where you're locking the door, you said, I am still alive. I am happy to be alive. I'm experiencing, I have all my fingers, my arms are working, my legs are working. You know, there is a young man, I forgot his name, but I think he's from Canada, and he's traveling the world speaking. He has no legs, and he has just what he called chicken legs. He had two little thumbs, and he's using them, and he play like drums, and he go around the world and speak and make lots and lots of money. And he's on what you call the skateboard, and he travels the world. He has a gorgeous wife, and he is just so happy. Nick, I don't remember his last name, but his name is Nick. And you would look at Nick and you would say, oh my God, he doesn't have this, he doesn't have that, yet he is so happy. Happiness, ladies and gentlemen, it's a choice. If you're not experiencing happiness, it's because you have made a decision some long time ago that I'm choosing not to be happy. You are choosing not to be happy. You are so blessed. You are blessed beyond measures. You're able to see me on this TV screen. You're able to hear me. That's a blessing. There are many people who are reading via Braille, and there are many people who cannot hear. And there are some people who, because of high technology, they are able to do different things. And you are blessed that you really don't have to utilize any of those sources to use any of your limbs or any part of your body. It's a blessing. And those blessings gives us the right to be happy. Why do you choose not to be happy? Is it out of envy that instead of looking into your own lives and see how blessed you are, you made the decision to keep viewing other people's possession and envying them for that? They have a picket fence and you have a mesh fence. So all of a sudden you start to envy them. I want you to assess your life, analyze your life, give yourself the best of everything. Look only into your lives, not in the lives of your neighbors or the other people down the street, just inside your own life, and says, I am so blessed, I am honored to be the owner of this life. I am so blessed, I am healthy. And know that you don't have to have money to be wealthy. Money are riches. But you're wealthy. You look on your family, you raise your children, everybody is healthy, your spouse is healthy, you have a job or you have a business, whatever it is that you choose to earn an income from. It's a blessing. It gives you a reason to be happy. Do not practice to wake up every day and complain and whine. Nothing suits you. You know, it's like some people, they go out to the restaurant and they'll send the meals back 100 times because it doesn't matter what the chef sends out. They are not happy or they're not satisfied with it. You know, be careful, because, you know, they say karma goes around. Be careful how you treat other people, because you're going to be treated the same way. So the best thing to do is to choose to live a happy life, and people are going to be attracted to you. People want some of what's good. So if you're at the job and no one wants to sit at the table you're sitting at lunchtime, you know that something is wrong. And if that's what's happening to you, start to demonstrate some happiness in your own life and start to look and see how crowded your lunch table is going to be at lunchtime. A lot of times people don't have to say anything. What they say, action speaks louder than words. So if you're a sourpuss, nobody wants to be around you. But if you're happy, you know, people say, hey, Johnny, he's the life of the party. Johnny walks in and the action starts. Johnny walks in and Johnny's shaking hands with everybody and Johnny is greeting everybody. Johnny's gas tank is probably an empty, but he did not go in there complaining. He went in there and he was happy. He wanted to spend the joy and let everybody feel happiness and, you know, be glad that they are there. It really and truly does not take a lot for you to be happy. You just need to choose to be. A lot of people who are on 10, 11, 12, 6, 8, 14 different medications, you're going to find out if you modify your lifestyle and choose some happiness, your prescriptions are going to be less. Trust me. Try it out and you're going to see. Modify your lifestyle and you're going to find out that the stress level goes down and the happiness monitor is going to rise. So you're going to find out your spouses love you more. The husbands are going to want to come to bed more, ladies. They don't want to sit with the remote control because you are happy, and when you're happy, they want to be next to you. So if you find out your husband is watching too much TV, it's because you're really not happy. So he don't really want to be around you. He want to tiptoe to come in when you fall asleep, so you don't start nagging him. So I have found out that when I chose to be happy, which is all the time now, I remember years ago I really wasn't a joy to be around. But then I found out my unhappiness was not caused by anybody. It was my choice. I chose to react to things that was happening in my life, and I had made the decision at that time to be unhappy. I am so grateful that I got the awakening that happiness was a choice. And I can get up and choose every day the level that my happiness monitor is going to go. And the reason I do that, I find out that each day after I meditate and after I give gratitude, it's hard for me not to be happy for the rest of the day, because there's always something that you can be grateful for. And once you are grateful for something, you're going to be happy because you start listing the things out. You know, pet owners will tell you, those of us who own pets, they just keep us grounded, because those pets have a way of greeting you each day. You know, I own a cat, and religiously every morning, I was telling somebody the other day that Toby knows what time I start my meditation, and if he doesn't hear that meditation playing, he come walk on mommy, and he puts himself in the position at the bed where he knows he's going to hear the music coming from. And that cat lays on his back just like he sees me with 4 paws up in the air. And he is meditating too. And sometimes he kisses me, and I talk to other pet owners, and it's the same thing. So sometimes if you're having a difficult time in maintaining your joy and happiness, you should get a pet. Get a pet, because they keep it real with you. They honestly and truly keeps it real. And sometimes, you know, adults are having a hard time in balancing things, but the pets, they really keep it real. I can tell you for that. I've owned dogs, and now I only have a cat, and I tell you, he is my pride and joy. You know, every time I'm speaking to my son on Skype and he see Toby up on my shoulder or in my lap, he said, Every time I call, I see that Toby up in there taking my spot. But, you know, you talk to other pet owners and they'll tell you that their pets helps to maintain their happiness. Today, I was in the Newtown area and I was speaking with a lady at an ice cream place in Newtown. And I looked and there was another lady who was feeding ice cream to her dog. And I said to the lady, I didn't know dogs eat ice cream. And she said, yes. And she said, you ready for this? And I said, what? She said, that ice cream is made specifically for the dogs. She said they have the doggy ice cream here. It's a soft vanilla with dog biscuits in it. And they serve, you can order the size you want for your dog. And it has it like how you have the sprinkles on top. It has the things for your dog. So there the owner was eating the ice cream and the dogs was eating their ice cream too. And both of them was happy. So what does it take for you to be happy? You know, some people say they will never have children, but they want 1 million pets. You know, don't blame them. Don't judge them. They are doing something that keeps them happy. What is it that you are attributing your happiness to? Just a choice. Don't connect it to anything. You need to detach it from all material things and just connect it to your inside, your authentic place where you know, I wake up today, my God, I look, that's the ray of the sun. Thank you. I am enjoying this moment. And you enjoy that moment, whatever it is, and you go each day and enjoy each moment. You find out that your days are going to be shorter and shorter and shorter. Because a lot of us, I am sure I'm not the only one, but there are many times when people go to work on Monday and they're asking if it's Friday already because they are really unhappy where they are. But if you choose to enjoy each day and each moment, you're going to find out that the week is going to go by quicker. I was speaking to a friend of mine, and for years, she works with the state of New York, one of the government agencies in New York she worked for. And for years, she does not work on a Friday. She takes every Friday off. And she said to me the other day that one of her co-workers said to her, how can you take every Friday off? I could not take every Friday off because I do not have anything to do. And I said, oh my heavens, I can't believe she says that, because I said, I just enjoy my company so much. I love me. And my friend said to me, you and I both. She said, I love my Fridays. I can sleep in. I can enjoy myself, my company, and just do something. So are you like that person that thinks you really have to have something to do in order to be able to take a day off for yourself? If that's the way you're living your life, I want you to reassess that. Look into what it is that you're doing. It simply means that you're connecting your joy and your happiness to something, whatever that something is. But if you have modeled your life and patterned your life of saying, each and every day I wake up, I'm just going to be happy that I'm up. Nothing is going to bother you. Nothing is going to get in the way. You know, no matter what people say, you say, hey, they are part of the world. They are going to say what they say. They are going to do what they do. But you know what? It's just going to roll off my back. It's like you grease yourself and pour some water on it and it's just roll off. And when you want to live a happy life, that's the way you have to live your life. You can't let what people say about you and to you affect you. Because trust me, a lot of people in this world wake up every day to just rub you the wrong side. And if you fall for it, you are going to create a heart attack for yourself. You're going to have high blood pressure. You are going to be living in a life of misery. But I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, from personal experience, when you laugh at what they say, they disappear. You just laugh at them. You just, like my mother always say, you laugh them to scorn. It simply means that you just laugh hysterically non-stop. And you know what? They say, oh, Daphne is crazy. And you just laugh and you just laugh and you just laugh, because what happened? The more you laugh, you're stimulating your adrenaline, and your happiness button is going to keep rising. Your thermometer of happiness is going to keep rising. And before long, guess what? They realize they can't win, so they leave you alone and they move on to the other victim, and you are living a happy life. So is it on the job? I was in sixth class yesterday, and I was talking to this lady from Thornton, and she said to me that, oh, I quit my job on Saturday because one of the ladies there messed with me, and I left the job. And then she called me today and she said, oh, the nurse at my job called me and they said I have been there for 4 years and they want me back. They don't want me to leave because it's just 4 days ago, I think she said she quit, and the nurse said to her, there's nobody around here laughing, because when you're here, you keep the patients laughing, you keep the staff laughing. Isn't that a blessing to hear in today's world? Because people on the jobs don't get along. So to know that you quit your job 4 days and you were missed, and it's a lesson. Each person I listen with intent, because I always want to hear the lesson from what they are sharing with me. And you know, I was planning and speaking about happiness on this episode, and I said to her, I will have to share that with my listeners about what you share with me about this, because happiness is important. It is essential to a healthy life. You'll find out if you live your life a happy person, then you won't have to go to the pharmacies as often as you have been doing, because laughter is healthy medicine. I was part of a conference last November, and that was my first experience where I encountered an entire presentation of an hour was only laughter. That was my first experience. I tell you, I came out, it was like I was walking on air, because that was my first experience. I know I like to laugh, but it was my first official experience where I was part of over 300 and something people who was in a session where all we were doing was laughing. The presenter went on stage. He said what his name was. He kicked his shoe off, and we just started laughing hysterically for an hour. Hysterically, ladies and gentlemen, for an hour. So I tell you, if you ever have that experience, try it. And you don't have to go to a conference to do it. Just get up one day, look in the mirror, and start laughing for 5 minutes, and then you pick it up. Because you're going to begin feeling so good that it is going to want to be a part of your life. Just laugh, 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 laugh. Gut-wrenching laugh where you bend over, coil up, and just laugh. You're going to find out that once you begin to live your life that way, you're not going to be unhappy anymore. It doesn't matter what anybody say to you or about you. It's not going to just rub you the wrong way. You just shake your shoulder and you just go on and you say, that doesn't affect me, has nothing to do with me. I know who I am. I'm standing true to my happiness. I have committed to my happiness. And I tell you something, there are times when you really have to make a new pledge to yourself that I'm going to pledge that no matter what, under no circumstances, anyone is going to prevent me from enjoying my happiness. I want to remind you, things will happen, because once you decide that you are reinventing and redesigning your life, things are going to happen that never happened before. It is like, sometimes you want to lose weight and you go on a diet, and all the things you have never had for 20 years you want, you're craving it once you start the diet. It's the same thing, that once you begin to choose to be happy, there are going to be a lot of demons that are coming out of the woodwork to challenge your happiness. You know that I'm telling you now, so be on the lookout for that. And when it comes, you call it for what it is and you dismiss it and you keep walking on your happiness journey. I would love to hear from you once you start to adjust and modify your life and making the decision that no matter what, under any circumstances, I will choose to be happy. Because unless you're happy, you are depriving yourself from being your greater self. I pray that this segment has blessed you in some way. And as always, we are looking for a few great men and women to help us here in the studio so that we can produce more shows to you in the privacy of your home. If you can only volunteer for us for one day a month, we appreciate you. And you know what? The amazing people here at Comcast give you phenomenal training. You can add it to your bio on your resume, and guess what happened? It makes you become more marketable. And it's training that you are not paying for, and they give you all the ins and outs to produce a TV show. So we look forward to having you here on our team. We are always looking for new people. So call us up here and let us know you want to be trained to work on the A New Day show. From my heart to yours, I love you, and there's nothing you can do about that. Stay blessed.